All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at 1.1 here. Evaluate expressions. Okay? We're going to talk about a variable. That's the letter used to represent one or more numbers. The numbers are the values of the variable. An algebraic expression, or variable expression, consists of numbers, variables, and operations. A power is an expression that represents repeated multiplication of the same factor. For example, 81 is a power of 3 because 81 equals 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. A power can be written in the form using two numbers, a base and an exponent. The exponent represents the number of times the base is used as a factor. So 81 is the same thing as writing 3 to the 4th power. Okay, what we're first going to look at is when we're given a letter, such as n, and we're going to replace n with that number. And these are just examples right here. You don't have to write anything for these. Obviously, it's done it for you. It's showing you that 3 times n would be the same as 13 times 3. Okay, they just took the n and replaced it. They did 9 over n is the same as 9 over 3. You see how those are written on your paper? All it's doing is replacing them. Any questions about replacing the letter with a number? Excuse me? It says at the top, do you see where it says evaluate the expression when n equals 3? So that tells you whenever you see an n, you're going to put a 3 there. Okay. If it doesn't say that, you can't do it. But if it says that in the directions, then it makes your life way easier. Okay, let's move to a lovely story problem. I know, it's our favorite. The majority of math students hate story problems, but the majority of math is in a story problem, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to learn how to do this. All right. The total cost of seeing a movie at a theater can be represented by the expression A plus R. Okay, where A is the cost in dollars of admission, and R is the cost in dollars of refreshments. Suppose you paid $7.50 for admission and $7.25 for refreshments. Find the total cost. Well, we know A equals movie price. We know R equals, I'm going to call it snacks. Same thing as refreshments. Okay? And we know that A plus R equals our total cost. So in this story problem, what is our movie price? What is our admission? How much did we pay? Yes, $7.50. And how much did we pay for snacks? Yeah, $7.25. Which is probably one small popcorn. You want to tell me total? $14.75. $14.75. See, that wasn't too bad. Okay. But that's important because if you have $10 in your pocket, you cannot buy refreshments. Okay. The real life stuff here. Okay. No problem. I'm going to move it up a little bit, but I'm not going to make it disappear. All right. What we are going to do next is look at the power that's given. We're going to write it out in words, and then we're going to write the answer. That's what the product is. Okay. So I'm going to move this up now. Okay. So our first one, we've got 7 to the first power. So that's just what we're going to write. See how I said it out loud? We're going to write that. 7 to the first power. And what's the answer to that? What's 7 to the first power? 7. Somebody want to raise their hand and tell me what that says in words? 5 to the second power. And what is the answer to this? What is the product of it? 25. 25. 5 times 5. Good. You guys, a lot of people, a lot of even like fabulous mathematicians make the mistake to do 5 times 2. Be careful of that. Make sure you're taking it to the second power. Somebody want to raise a hand and tell me what that one says? One half to the third power. So this one's a little tricky because I know you guys, well, most of you anyways, hate fractions. What is it going to be? 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is, times 2 is. And you can put this in your calculator. Some of your calculators will do fractions. Others you just do 1 divided by 2 and then take it to the third power. It's going to give you a decimal as an answer in most cases. But all right. Let's look at D. Somebody want to tell me what that says?
Z to the 5th power?
Z to the 5th power. Can we solve this one?
No.
Only if it says that Z equals something specific. Can we do that? All right. We're going to quickly evaluate these problems. We've got x to the 4th when x equals 2. So we simply have 2 to the 4th. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. We've got n to the 3rd when n equals 1.5. So I'm going to take 1.5 to the 3rd power. Anybody got a calculator? Want to do that for me? Yes, Sue? 3.375. Are you ready to go to 1.2?